Oh, MC Red.
Hey, 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 hey. What's good, y'all? What's poppin', everybody? It's the official King Pain, and today we're hosting the Gentleman's Panel. Okay?
Right.
So y'all know it's gonna be lit. Whenever I host a panel, it's a situation, okay? Period. We got the music playing today on period. Okay? Piriana to the period. What's good, everybody? Okay? Starting from the top, we got Captivating Christian.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on?
Yes. Hold on. I'm moving slow. Yes, we got Captivating Christian. And then we got Rebel Son. Okay? Period. And in the bottom corner, okay, sporting the turquoise baby blue tee. Okay, we got Brother Jay Wilson.
Hey.
Yes, okay, on period. They already know who I be. Period. It's the official King Pain. It's the home of the lituation where we keep it. All right, y'all, man. Let me start making it up, man. Let me start making it up. Y'all ready to get into some things? First of all, how did you guys this week go? Did you guys go out and vote?
Yes. Yeah, but other people.
Yeah, we had primary. I mean, we had a Democratic primary, so we voted for that. And then we had a lot of state and local races in Texas. I know they had a lot of people and a lot of things on the ballot in Houston because they had a lot in San Antonio. So we voted.
Good.
We voted.
Happy to hear that. Where's your sticker?
Okay.
Period. Piriana to the period. Well, shout out to everybody that showed up to the polls, okay? Especially our people, okay? We need to go out there and vote because I've been talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people were saying that they wasn't voting or that voting wasn't important to them and like they voiced didn't count. So, you know, we got to make sure that we're educating, you know, the youth, you know, to get out there and vote because a lot of people don't think that it's important.
Right, very true.
So topic of the week, okay, on period. Piriana to the period. Self-love, okay? Yeah, self-love is kind of a gooey topic, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that, you know, we love ourselves too much, but honestly, as Americans, we don't nearly love ourselves well enough. A lot of people aren't taking care of themselves. A lot of people suffer from depression, self-esteem issues, and they're not taking the time out to love on themselves. So topic of the week is self-love, okay? What does it mean? What does self-love mean? Self-love means taking care of one's own self, period. Okay, not sacrificing your well-being to please others, okay? Self-love means not settling for less than you deserve. Loving yourself doesn't mean you think that you're the smartest, the most talented, and the most beautiful person in the world, okay? But you guys, if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else?
All right, in the words of RuPaul.
Period. Piriana to the period. So the topic of the week is self-love, okay? And I had some questions. Let me pull them up really quick. So what does self-love mean to you, okay? And give us some examples of ways that you practice self-love. Anybody want to go first?
Okay.
I'll go first. Well, to me, self-love is self-preservation. It is making sure I'm keeping myself grounded, and who I am, my purpose, all of those things for me. The little video you told us to watch, the things that, the tips on self love, taking responsibility for your own life, I feel is very important because a lot of times we don't take responsibility for our actions and we kind of blame things and or situations and people about certain things. And sometimes it's the decisions that we make. Um, Meditation daily, I try to do that. My attention span sometimes goes a little crazy, but I try to do that. Taking care of yourself is definitely something I do. Uh, Go within yourself and connect. Always something I try to do. Definitely. What I thought was interesting is keeping a high vibration.
Absolutely.
That one,
That
that one really stuck with me, mainly because when I go in situations, if I'm feeling a certain way, I will seclude myself because I don't want to give off uh, uneasy feeling or however I'm feeling if it's not positive. So I thought that that was definitely cool to always keep your vibration high.
absolutely. So yeah, so basically you meditate and you try to keep your cup full, as ways of
Right,
practicing self-love.
right.
Um, Jay Wilson, what are some ways that you practice self-love and what does self-love mean to you?
Okay, I'm glad you made that definition between self-love because some people don't get that. They think it's the other self-love. I just wanted to make sure we were clear.
Yeah,
But
that kind of self-love make you lose your count.
because the 100 bay. Anyway,
No, God.
when it comes to that, you have to definitely take responsibility for your actions. And even when things do not go according to plan, you always can learn from them. I've said that learn from your past, live in your present, and prepare for your future. And I really believe that. I think self-love is being able to forgive yourself and move on, because some people can't forgive themselves and they stay stuck in that situation where
Mhm.
they have to move on. I think prayer is extremely important. And another thing is to surround yourself with people who are doing constructive things as well. I find out that if you hang around with negativity, that's what you're going to get. And I'm not saying that you need to hang around with people who are going to be yes men and women.
Mhm.
People who are strong enough in love to say, hey, let me pull you aside. You may want to do this. And those people because you can do the same with them. So I think a lot of that is that, and then knowing who you are. And sometimes you need to be by yourself. I'm partnered now, but before I was, I could go to the movies by myself. I had no issue doing that.
Really?
I mean, I had no problem going out to dinner by myself or going to a party by myself. My thing is, hell, I'll probably meet somebody there, So I didn't always have a second person with me. And my thing is, because I did those things, when the partner did come, I wasn't needy and clingy because I had already done some things. So I truly believe in that.
Absolutely. So, ways that you practice self love is surrounding yourself with positive people, self maintenance, keeping yourself up, and self awareness, knowing yourself. Absolutely. Rebel?
Well, just like the other two gentlemen were saying, I think that you have to surround yourself with positivity because that negative energy that sometimes people bring becomes a cancer. So when I'm not feeling my best, I do have to withdraw away from people and have just that alone time
Mhm.
because sometimes you're trying to feed other people and you're trying to be there for them, but who's there for you?
Right.
Because you can spread yourself so thin that you're depleted. So I do feel that because I would go to the movies by myself as well sometimes, because I would go to the library. It was just a form of escapism for me. And as far as the writing and reading, I do that, just to shut everyone else out. And the self-love for me was also, even when meeting someone, not to make it a necessity to have someone to complete you, complete yourself. The person that comes along is just the icing on the cake. But if it doesn't happen, still feel complete. That's how I felt, how I did. And even just meditating and just doing simple things, it's just that alone is, can get me by.
Absolutely. I feel it. So being comfortable. Yes.
So, excuse me. I want to say hello to my stalker. Hey, Craig. I see you out there stalking me. Okay, go ahead, Official King Payne.
Okay, absolutely. So ways that you practice self-care is, ways that you practice self-care is like secluding yourself, being comfortable in your own skin, not being afraid of being alone. Because you know what? A lot of people are scared to be alone, okay? A lot of people do not want to be by themselves, okay? But they want to be in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. If you're afraid to be alone, you know what I'm saying? You don't deserve to be with anyone else. Okay? Because you don't even want to be with yourself. You gonna force yourself on somebody that you don't even like you.
Come on.
Okay, on period.
That's a word.
Puriana to the period. Okay.
That's a word.
So for me, okay, ways that I practice self-love. Look, I have no problem being by my motherfucking self, okay? I love me, okay? On period. I take days off, weeks off, all kind of time off just to love on me, okay? Girl, all of this is me. I do my own hair, man. I be going shopping. I go on vacations. I take myself out to get manicure, pedicure. I go to eat by myself. I go to the movies by myself. I have no problem being by myself. I do a daily facial. Like, I love myself every single day. Okay, on period. And I just don't understand how is it that I'm still single. Okay, on period. Okay, on period. I know I told you, baby, I love myself too much.
You sounded like Nicole. Child. She over there, everybody taking her man. Anyway. Sorry about that.
Somebody took her man, girl. Well, maybe she needs to audition for this new show. Okay. Did anybody get into that new show on Netflix? Love is Blind. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe Nicole have to go sit behind a wall to meet a man.
Yeah,
okay?
maybe. No, I mean, it worked. It does cut down the that attraction. When you just see the attraction and then you so enamored by the way the person looks, it takes away that and gives you the opportunity to get to know and like really dig deep into that person. So I think in that aspect, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that about the show. I like that a lot about the show. What I didn't like about the show, okay, I feel like the black man wasn't represented well on the show, and I feel like there weren't any. So
were there like two?
There was only one, and he turned out to be
there was another
homosexual.
There was another woman. He had a bow tie on. I don't remember what his name was, but he was there. I don't know who he interacted with, but he was there when it first started, and then they started focusing on the one gentleman who had the extra going on.
Okay. On period. Puriana to the period. So basically, Love is Blind is a new Netflix original series on Netflix. You guys should all go check it out because I know everybody got Netflix. Okay, it's really dope. I started watching it and I just fell in love with the show. Okay, I'm a binge watcher, so I just watched all of it. Okay, because I'm still looking for love. Okay, I think I'm gonna sit in my audition tape. Okay, they need to redo the show. Okay, and allow us gays to come on there and do our thing. Okay, on period. So, Rebel, what do you think of the show?
I thought that it was entertaining. I think it's good to explore different avenues of love. But yeah, that character was a bit much as far as, you shouldn't lead someone on if you're not. I feel that, especially with that guy's case, you know, you're giving this woman hope that she's going to have more. You're not going to be able to give her what she's looking for ultimately, because, you know, you're you're a facade. Your whole who you are is a facade.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree with you. And I was actually disappointed in him for that, because I feel like he didn't represent us bisexual or gay men well. Okay, I feel like what you being a pussy hoe for? You behind a whole ass wall. You have an opportunity. You're there for love. You say you want a wife. You have this opportunity to meet someone. What are you keeping secrets for? They don't even know what you look like.
Like, yeah.
Why would you not tell them that up front?
Yeah.
You misled this woman. You got her all, you know what I'm saying? And I just really felt bad for her at the end because her dad passed away. She seen a ladybug and she thought it was a sign that she was supposed to stay with him.
Yeah.
So when he told her that, you know, she was gay, she was like, okay, like my dad passed away. I feel like he sent me a sign. I'm gonna stay with this man because I feel like he's a man for me, and I really do like him. But the whole time, and you could tell from his demeanor and the way that he acted, he was putting on the show. Like he was just there for his 10 minutes of fame. He's not really interested in females. And I just think that that's not right.
Well, Black Cat should have ran across her path instead of a ladybug, you know.
I'm telling you, people better stop trying to get into these emotions and think rationally. But this is the thing. She was willing to forego that because she really felt that she had met her soulmate. But the real deal is I felt that he didn't think that she was going to want him. I just thought she was going to reject him.
He did.
So many women did. And when baby girl didn't reject him,
he didn't know what to do. Yeah.
Because now he was going to get what he wanted.
Yeah.
And I just see that kind of mess right there. Yeah. I mean, but look, all baby girl had to do was watch the Housewives of Atlanta. Anyway, go ahead, Captivate.
Absolutely, Captivate. What you think?
You notice he wasn't talking like that on the Housewives of Atlanta. That voice got real deep like this.
Yeah, well, I didn't forget.
They was all up like this.
I didn't see the Housewives of Atlanta episode, but yeah, I think he does do. I don't want to say the community, but he does do the community, so to speak, a disservice by doing that. I mean, I get that some people, not everybody, I'll rephrase, some people are looking for their, moment in the sun or the moment in the spotlight. So they'll do anything. But I think he did owe her at least that to tell her fully about himself, being that, like you said, she did not know who he was. And this was the perfect time for him to be his authentic self, tell her everything, and let her decide. And still he chose not to tell her until they seen each other, spent time together, and then it was like, oh yeah, by the way. I just thought that was crazy and off the wall. However, overall, the show premise, I do like it. I think we spend a lot of times, swiping left at people and looking for a look to draw us in, and then it's like, okay, now once I like your look, I can get to know the person. So this kind of takes that out, and so you get to know the person, and I think that's what happened, because when you take all that other stuff out, you get to know the person, your feelings get connected a lot quicker than you would on looks, because you'd be like, he's not my type, or she's not my type, or whatever, and you move on. But when you got to get to know and do the deep work is when things get a little icy.
So you're saying that we first look at people and how they look and not really get to know them, because it's all about looks first and not about who that person is.
It is.
Absolutely. And I do feel like also that the show kind of did her a disservice, because did you guys see that clip that I sent you of Carlton from Atlanta Housewives, where he was getting to it with Kenya and calling her out her name, calling her all kind of bees and stuff? Like,
I was saying, I didn't catch that clip.
I caught it, and it looked like he was about to do a death drop walking out that door. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, white pants. I'm not saying that white pants is a bad thing, but
I was just gonna say,
I almost feel like they couldn't find no other black men, and they just let him do it.
I mean, he showed up to the show with a bow tie and the ruffled shirt, he was highly overdressed than everybody else, all the other male contestants. I
You
mean,
trying to call him a dandy? He was.
He was channeling Dwight.
yeah, right. He was channeling Dwight. Old Dwight, second season.
Wow. Yep. Somebody says Kenya's man. I don't know about that, but I know that he had it out with Kenya. And I think the clip you sent that somebody with Kenya was trying to usher him out. And he was like, I work here. And Cynthia had to come up and say, yes, he does work here. And after he said what because he got in Kenya's face and he was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And it really ticked her off because he was pretty much saying, I don't know you. But he was being really catty. But then when I saw him on this show, he had an old beard, a beard.
He had bushed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He switched it up.
Yeah.
He switched it up for the show, okay? And since the show, he's kind of upset. He's upset with his celebrity friends. I think he's talking about Cynthia Bailey because since the show, the clip came up from, the Housewives of Atlanta, and none of them has spoken up about his character and the type of person that he is, because he's been getting dragged all over the internet because a lot of people feel like he misled this woman, and it's messed up.
It goes a little further with what we were discussing on my show about the DL man and all of this stuff. They don't want to identify with the LGBTQ plus community, but yet they still are men sleeping with men or women sleeping with women, because women do the same thing. It's not only men who are on the DL. And I just think that it gives the community a bad name because people don't want to identify. They just want to sleep around, but don't want to identify. And I think that may be his case.
Jay, can you give Craig some attention so he can whack off and go to sleep? Okay.
That's weird.
Oh, Jesus.
That's weird, man. So moving right along, man. Fake or fraud, okay? Because we clearly see that Carlton is a fraud, okay? Carlton is a fraud. A story that is not so clear, okay? And I can't quite tell if it's fake or if it's fraud, or you know what I'm saying, or what's going on, like if it's just fake or if it's fraud, period. So I'm talking about the woman that worked at Denny's in Memphis, Tennessee, okay, that received a $4,000 tip, okay? And the owners of the restaurant are refusing to hand over the money, okay, on period. What do you think about the situation, Brother Jay?
I would have tore that Denny's down. Denny's down.
Baby, just straight up windmilling, straight up.
Some person left her a $4,000 tip, and then Denny's said that she had to verify. I'm like, do you have to verify all your tips at Denny's? That woman want her money. So Denny's get that woman her money. First of all, she worked hard for her money, and you trying to hold her money back. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't have been nothing said. I would have been there. I would have saw it. I would have been real calm, and I would have been like, I would have had Junebug them with me right in the back, and we would have got that money that day.
Okay.
You could either give it to me and go in the safe and give me my $4,000. But one way or another, we ain't leaving till I see $4,000. You stealing that woman's money.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that part is wrong, but do you think it's fair for the rest of the employees, though?
What do you mean fair?
They can give their tip to
service.
No, but you do know, like some places, some restaurants do a tip sharing.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Now, I work for Delta, and we were, I never forget it. It was a trip from Georgetown, Guyana, going back to New York City. And this man's wife and her sisters were very extra on that flight. And that man gave us $500 a piece. Baby, I said, if that man want liquor, keep the liquor rolling. He want a lap dance, whatever he wants for $500. do what you got to do. So my thing is this. We didn't have to share that with all the flight attendants because they weren't working first class.
Right.
We were working first class, and we made the difference. We took the orders. We had to deal with that cantankerous wife all the way from Georgetown, Guyana to New York. Hell to the no.
I understand completely. I'm just saying that some restaurants do have a tip sharing kind of program.
But if that wasn't their policy, that's all mine.
Right.
If y'all had that policy, don't start the policy all of a sudden because I didn't got this big tip.
Right.
Or my law.
Like Lady T says, I wonder if she was black. Does anybody know the race of the woman?
Yes, she's black. Yes, she's black. And she has student loans. So she was trying to use that money to pay for her student loans.
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
Denny's holding that girl money. No, ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of times, companies, you know what I'm saying? The reason that they're doing that is because they don't want her to have anything, you know what I'm saying? Because they got to keep her coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they gave her that money, she might not come back to work. She
might want another $4,000 tip.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But you do bring up a point with companies holding people. This is why I have a problem with a lot of companies like Walmart and all these other companies, because they pay their people low wages and they keep these people in a constant cycle of poverty, and it just bothers me. And like Denny's, y'all know them ladies don't make hourly wages at Denny's. They make their money off of tips.
Right.
So my thing is, if we take, well, I don't know if Denny's like this, but at the strip club, you pay the stripper's fee and you keep your money, but you ain't in no tip job with all the other strippers, okay? And I'm not calling a woman a stripper, but again, at the end of the day, that's her tip. She had to take that order. She had to deal with that people. Obviously, that man that woman liked her service,
right,
and wanted to tip her.
No,
my tip is going to the person, not for everybody, because everybody didn't serve me.
Right. Again, there are some restaurants that do that. However, also to bring, like, even with this story, there's Olive Garden in Alabama. There was a black waitress. The white patron said she didn't want the black waitress to serve her. She wanted somebody white, and the management, agreed and switched out.
And I would have sued right then and there. Would have been a lawsuit. Did she sue?
She is in the process. She just teamed up with the NAACP.
She should definitely sue.
She just teamed up with the NAACP, and they are two and another black employee plan to sue for discrimination for that restaurant. But yeah, I mean, it's.
Denny's know they ain't paying that woman enough. And I mean, that woman is trying. I mean, first of all, Denny's should have had a scholarship so she wouldn't have to pay all of them student loans. Now, let me tell y'all something about McDonald's. I know for a fact that McDonald's pays for their managers' education. And I know for a fact that McDonald's pays for at least 2 or 3 classes for their frontline employees. McDonald's. Denny's, you couldn't get no scholarship fund?
No.
Trying to hold that woman money. What you think, Payne?
Okay.
I think that these companies just give you enough money to bring your butt back to work, okay? And I feel like they don't want to give her that money, just because because a lot of people were trying to say that it's fraud. Like, how she don't remember like who gave her the tip, where the tip came from. You don't have. I feel like it's wrong. They kind of put the ball in her court, like, to kind of figure out who left the tip money. But honestly, like, they know who left the tip money. They charged the card. They know the name.
But what does that matter? I mean, if it's not missing from the actual restaurant register, then what does it matter who left the tip?
Right.
And if it's on a card or not, people know what they're doing. I mean, I just think it's crazy. And here we are when people charge our cards wrong, we got to go through hell and high water to dispute the charges. Okay? Because they'll still try to charge it. But yeah, Denny's need to stop. And let me tell you something, Denny's, y'all already had a race situation where y'all got a lawsuit for discriminating. Now y'all get ready to take this woman, and it's Memphis at that. Right. No, ma'am. That woman.
They better look at Chick-fil-A and Cracker Barrel, the Waffle House.
Yeah, they don't play in Memphis now. They better stop playing. And you know what? fraud. Somebody did this, but you know, after watching her interviews and doing my research, like she seems genuine, and I don't feel like she did anything like that. Like she feels like she has a good soul. Like you could tell when somebody owns some shit. Okay, like that lady that threw that blender at that woman at McDonald's. Okay, period.
That woman.
Okay.
Well, she should. Well, I mean, she shouldn't have threw her food at her once, because I think that would make anybody snap. That's almost
And
like
that was a big old
almost like spitting on someone.
That lady came with it. I'm like, what is? I said, because are these lips? Because I thought somebody had popped a woman in the lip. No, ma'am. It was her eye. That woman hit her with that blender. Sister fell out. She had all of that energy at that counter. She had all of that energy at that counter until that woman popped her. She said, you know, that lady shouldn't have hit me. Girl, you had all that energy.
In her defense, she grabbed the first thing closest to her and threw it. I don't think she was like, personally, I don't think
it don't matter.
There's blender at this lady's face.
But that was a reflex.
Let me tell you something. All I know is that lady had some reflexes, and maybe she hit that target. And girl, look, I own the McDonald's floor. Now that thing took me out, baby. When you get hit by a blender, and let me tell you something too.
Especially if it was
that woman at that McDonald's, and she tore him up. That was another thing. Y'all stop acting on. Let me say this.
Oh, that big girl.
Let me say this. Y'all always running up on people. Everybody's talking about pulling up and stuff. You don't know what people don't give you. You don't know what people give you.
You stop.
Because you will get paid. Some people get paid in knuckle sandwiches. Some people get paid by a blender, but you don't get paid. Okay.
Period.
Cha-ching.
Okay. Period. Puriana to the period. Oh okay. Yeah, so yeah, you never know what you're gonna get, okay? But I do hope that she get her money off the floor, okay? She got student loans and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think they're just trying to keep her there, okay? On period.
Now they need money. Give that woman all her money. Run her all of her money.
Yeah, they're trying to keep her there because they said the restaurant is doing bad. It's in a bad community, and she's like one of their best employees.
But that's not the lottery. That she didn't win the lottery. That's $4,500. I mean, that'll last a few months, possibly.
I don't know. People just be
paying.
They was like, "Oh no, her black ass ain't getting no $4,000 tip. That's fraudulent. Send it back." That's what they saying. They can't. They just cannot fathom how, out of all the Caucasian employees in here, they chose to give her black ass $4,000.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
On period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on period.
Somebody got their income tax back. They were feeling giving. They had the giving spirit.
Yeah, age of Trump, you know, everything we do is supposed to be mediocre and not good. And I'm just saying, you know, this is going back to self-love. Self-love is about breaking barriers and making sure that you do the best. So when I look at Simone Biles, that's Black love. This girl came and she's in a sport where it's not dominated by Black women often. I look at the Williams sisters. That's again Black love right there. I look at the Black polo team, which we don't know about, but that's in the Philadelphia area. These boys are winning all of these championships playing polo. You know, I'm looking at all of these things, and these are some things that we're not supposed to be doing. And I just think that it bothers other people. And when you don't love yourself, then you get unnerved by other people doing well. And I just think that if you do the best that you do and do it well, then you don't have to worry about anything. You don't see me up there getting upset with Kelly Love because he sings. He sings. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Love who you are so you don't have to hate nobody else. When you don't love yourself, you always hating on somebody else. And I'm serious. I'm a witness to see this. We can see in YouTube right now, just being on these platforms, that when you don't love yourself, you are always in other folks' stuff. I'm just saying.
Judging other platforms when you can't keep a platform up, always, instigating drama. You're watching us and we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But Where's your panel?
And again, can I say this? We are here because we like to be here. I know people are looking at numbers and stuff, but one thing you can say is we are consistent. Okay, 2 men in a truck is gone. Okay, Miss Express is just the name. The women's pointed view, so at the end of the day, we have gone through transitions and changes, but we still yet remain and we still yet survive. You know why? Because we love ourselves and we love what we do.
There's no room for everyone to be great. Why were you intimidated by my?
Yeah, I mean there's YouTube itself is large enough for everybody to have a voice and be able to display their talents without jumping on someone's back or trying to take someone down. So
yeah, and it's okay to be lighthearted, but these people are in a dark place. They are in a dark place. I come on here, have a good time, click off, do what we got to do. But it's some dark people in some dark places, and they really need to go ahead and take a spiritual bath or whatever they got to do. Go see Ramsey over there, whatever she giving or whatever.
Period. Periana to the period. They just need to stop. They just need to stop with all the hate. Okay, stop with all the self-hate. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I just can't stand on the person. Self-hate. Okay. I was watching a clip from that little podcast they do over there on Toxic Tasha thing.
Ooh, come on.
It's always saying how she never felt connected to Black people and how she wished that she was born a white man.
Wow.
And I just like that, girl, I called it from the beginning. People tried to say that, I was hating, but the girl really don't like herself. Okay, she don't like that, she's Black, and she don't like that she's she's homosexual. So
allegedly, because he said that
it's 2020, the world is just so accepting nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Just free yourself, drop all the BS, and just live in your truth.
I didn't have a problem with this white man, black man, and a white man in a black man's body type of thing that was given. We
self-loathing.
People need to look at their history, and if you knew the history of your people, and if you knew that we had advances, you wouldn't have algebra, you would not have
any of it,
alphabet, or any of these things if it wasn't for
none of it,
folk.
None of it.
I'm tired of people letting the slave codes and the Jim Crow laws define who you are.
Yeah,
I am happy to be Black. You understand me?
Absolutely.
Happy to be Black.
Black is beautiful. Black is so beautiful, and I hate how people be trying to push these Black narratives. You know what I'm saying? Blacks are the most accepting community. You know why? Because everybody get thrown over here. Okay, you're not Caucasian, you're not Mexican, you're not this. You're Black. Okay, so many people identify with us, relate to us, want to be like us, and it just makes me sick to see somebody make like we did them wrong or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you really don't like yourself. You don't like what you look at when you look in the mirror.
And it is self-love.
That's where the problem lies.
You sticking a little bit. Sometimes you go in and out, so make sure your camera is doing you justice, because I think you freeze just a little bit. But I just think that we need to love ourselves. We are a collection of many groups of people, colors, all of these things, and we're not the same, but yet we have some commonalities. And let me say this: we are survivors. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear this. This is why I'm serious about this vote and this census. Make sure you are counted.
Yeah,
we had to come through a middle passage, which was grueling. See, we don't understand that you had people chained together and stacked up like cargo.
No.
And you think it smells bad, but excretion, man, and urine everywhere.
Yes.
The time these people had to get up is to get wet down and go back into the hole. And a lot of those slaves just threw themselves into the sea instead of being slaves. Then imagine yourself getting into a foreign land, a foreign country, and we didn't know all the same language because they took us from different tribes. So
exactly,
we couldn't communicate with each other. But yet we helped America be America. We were the ones who grew the indigo in the rice plant in South Carolina. We were the ones doing these things and helping folk out. That's Black labor. Georgetown University, it would be no Georgetown unless it was slaves. There would be no Harvard, Princeton, and Yale unless it was slaves. There would be no Washington, D.C. Bank of America. All of these institutions that we look at,
the railroad
people built. There would be no Washington, D.C.
Nope.
Do you understand me? So my thing is, here these people, the Indians couldn't do it, and no slight to the Indians, but white men killed them with their disease. First of all, when they came up with the disease, it took them out.
Yep.
So my thing is, we are survivors, and to come through all of this, and I can live where I live and go to school where I want to go to school, that's a testament. And this is why I will not disrespect Black people by not voting.
Right.
And not being counted for a census. This is why I don't hate Black women, because it was some strong Black women like Mary McLaughlin Thune and Ida B. Wells and Fanny Coppin in Baltimore area and Harriet Tubman. There are women that we don't even know about did a lot of stuff. So I'm not here to tear down folk. Now I will do a light roast and gag, but I don't get dark into this stuff, because we are survivors, and that's why I love me. You know, you want to see how Black people are survivors? You lose your job and get laid off and see how Black people react according to how we act and how other people act.
You long-winded. I think
that was a sermon from the mountaintop. that was a sermon.
Baby. What we was talking about? Okay. But yeah, that was definitely, I do agree everything what you're saying. I mean, just be aware of who you are and who we are as a people. And if we didn't survive that whole passage, those people that survived, they had to be really strong. So they produced offspring that was just as strong. So that's why Blacks usually excel in the sports and everything, because they bred us like cattle at, the strongest slaves that could go in the fields, women having babies, having to go back out there and field. They didn't have 6 weeks of, staying home. It was just that whole thing made our inner core stronger. That's why we're affected by things that we can still go on. Single mothers raising kids, catching the bus with 5 and 6 kids. It's that we're survivalists, and I think that you have to appreciate that, as a Black person. Don't look at the whole media, take on Blacks and just showing, people breaking and doing a lot of looting and stealing. I think that guy is a self-hate thing. Did you want to be born a white man or a white woman is the question.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that is the question.
Okay.
On period, Periana to the period. Yeah, don't disrespect the community like that. I don't appreciate that at all.
That man is heterosexual. He's metrosexual.
Trisexual. Okay, because ain't nobody done tried him. Okay, ain't nobody checking for booty juice. Okay, ain't nobody checking for booty chin. Okay,
just get some mystery band cream. He could be white.
Don't believe that. Okay, I'm just saying, man. So look. Y'all know that this wouldn't be the lituation if I didn't keep it lit. If I didn't keep it lit, okay? Period. So keeping it lit, man. I didn't even tell y'all, man, because it's a surprise, okay? I didn't tell y'all because it's a surprise. But I got a surprise topic.
Okay, you froze.
It's gonna be cute. Okay, so look, I got a surprise topic. Okay, so look, recently Stevie J, okay, from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, made a comment about the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. He said that the girls from Love and Hip Hop Miami need to give up them lace fronts, okay? And then, you know, a lot of people came to the consensus maybe it's time to retire the lace fronts, okay? On period. And then a lot of people was upset because it was like, you know, men shouldn't be commenting about women's hair. Okay, so my question for you guys, are you know what I'm saying? Women want us to like their hair, okay? Is it not okay for us to comment on their hair?
I think whatever they do doesn't affect me, so I could care less what they do with their hair. You know, I think, you know, people stay in their own lanes.
Well, they commented on my lace front.
Okay.
That was an area throw rug.
Right. That was
so anywho, but you know what though? I think people should do what they want to do. You know, I like women's natural hair.
Yeah, I do.
You know, if they, you know, I just think that you got to take care of your hair and don't do these things that's gonna take out your hair and burn out your hair and all of this stuff. Again, it's about self-care. So do the things that's going to make you appealing, but don't go to the extremes to do it. And some people need wigs because they want to continue to grow their hair.
Yeah, some people.
So I would rather you to do that, to put them perms and chemicals in there to break your hair. So I would rather you to have that kind of hair because, you know, I don't know if you all watch Lexi. She has a system called ALX Hair, and Lexi is her name. And she says, I'm not putting those chemicals on my hair. She said, I'm going to braid my hair up. And I would rather this dye and this color to be on this weave. And the lady braids her hair, puts the sew-in in, and she has beautiful hair. She's protecting her hair. So I understand if you want to do fashions, that might be the best way to do it. Wigs are not always bad.
Absolutely. See, me, I like the lace fronts. I don't those and all this stuff. I think, you know what I'm saying? You like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, you know, as long as it look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem. I'm the type of person, I have no problem with telling you to retire the wig. Okay? But I just feel like, you know, the lace fronts are cool. I don't know why Stevie J is hating and stuff like that. I feel like some people just doing it wrong and it's messing it up for everybody. Like that Tracy, you know how her wig be all over here like this and frailed up like a peacock over here. I'm just saying, yeah. Everybody, the head is not set up.
That's not that sits on top of her head.
Let me say this though, Fifi TV be rocking expensive wigs and cheap wigs, but she knows what to do with them. She has given people tutorials on these wigs. And Fifi TV out of Houston, Texas, she knows what to do. She talked like Beyonce. She's about 6'2", 6'1". She's a tall lady.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
So is it good or is it bad? Are we able to say it? Because I tell the girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, that wig look a mess, girl. Like, what was you thinking today? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your relationship with the female. Like, I mean,
right.
My closest friends, I'd probably be like, yeah, you might want to change that. But as far as like really getting into hair, I mean, as long as it look nice, I don't really.
Yeah. So let's like get into Bless Watkins, baby. She had a wig on, and that wig had a strong part in the middle. I'm telling you. And I mean, she was giving me Shaka Khan Rufus. I'm like, really though? Really? And you know, King Payne, she from California. And I expect more from people from California. I don't know why, but I expect more. That's all I'm saying.
Period. Well, I don't know why your expectations so high, because they make it up out here too, okay? On period. People be walking around looking a mess out here too. Okay. But yeah, and then nobody told me. Like, I don't just go up to people telling them, but I do hair. And if I see, like, I can help you in a way, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I can hook you up, man. You don't have to be walking around looking like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Put your best foot forward and love on yourself a little bit. You still gonna have to pay because ain't nothing free. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely tell people about themselves. Okay, on period.
And you know what? I think it's about that maintenance, like you said, that self-love. I look at Fifi, and I'm gonna go back to Fifi TV again. Fifi TV looks great with wigs, but I tell you what, I think she would look good if she rocked a natural hairdo or a shortcut. She has that aura about herself that
She's statuesque.
that's it, and she's confident. She is confident. I think a lot of this is confidence and you knowing who you are. God made you the best you. Be the best you. I can't be Rebel. I can't be Captivating. I can't be the Big Pain.
You can't.
You know what? It can never be me. Everybody is made original. Don't die copies. I'm not trying to be anybody else but me.
Right.
And I think when people, but look, I can appreciate Rebel for being Rebel. I can appreciate everybody on this panel for being who they are, and I think people need to cultivate their individuality. Even though we're different individuals, we still can come together as a collective. And I think that's what the United States is about. I'm my own individual, yet I'm an American. That's what that's what America is about. I can be who I want to be. Whether I want to be a pre-op, a op, transgender person. Oh, yes, I'm going there today. Or XYZ, it's America. It is my happiness, pursuit of happiness. It ain't about nobody else. It's about my happiness. And if my happiness is not infringing on you, then leave me the heck alone and be the best you can be.
Right. Well, it's about respect.
Absolutely.
It's about respect. When we learn to respect each other, again, we don't have to agree on everything, but to remain that the respect is there is the only way we'll be able to really come together and do that.
And you're absolutely right. And honestly, I respect people that are themselves so much. I don't care what you do and how you do it, but when you love yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you don't give a F what anybody else thinks, you know what I'm saying? I respect that and I admire that in people. And I try to be that all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, I'm me, period, unapologetically. Okay.
Yeah. And
stereotypes, be like anybody else or anything like that. I'm just me, and it is what it is, period.
Yeah. But look, with the Stevie J thing, I think that he's allowed to say something, but then Stevie J shouldn't get mad when a woman checks him on something. And so my thing is, if you're going to check a woman on something, be prepared to get checked on something as a man. I mean, we get checked all the time for being on the YouTube platform. And let me say, the YouTube platform is a very good training ground, I feel, for mess that you might have to go through in the future. I used to tell Rebel this all the time. When Rebel and I first met, I was very standoffish with Rebel. And then Rebel know each other. But now Rebel can tell you why Jay did what he did.
Right.
Because it's a good training ground. And if you can't deal with people constantly talking about you and things, then you may not need to be in the real arena of entertainment. Period.
Right.
You have to develop a thick skin. Definitely.
And not even about developing a thick skin, but to add to that, you have to know you better than anybody. So you can allow people to tell you who you are. Once you know who you are, it shouldn't matter what people think of you, because people are going to think what they want to.
Right. But it's like, I think a lot of times you can get 100 compliments. Human nature, that one negative compliment, sometimes you'll remember that more so than 100 good compliments. A negative remark. So my thing is, you know who you are, but it's like you're not prepared a lot of times for people with faceless profiles, hiding behind the keyboard. Those are the people that usually have the most to say. So they're not letting you see who they are, so you can respond back. Let's go toe to toe. It's always I'm behind a keyboard. There's something wrong with you. You know, that person seems like they're slow. You know,
but it's what you answer to that, you know, causes it. So if it doesn't apply to you, you just move on. I mean,
that's easier said than done. And all of us have responded to people saying little cute things, you know, and they can get. It's like, will you just ignore it and be like, okay, to hell with this person, bye? Or will you just say, wait, hold up, who are you to say something to me? Get the hell, you know. It's like I had to check myself sometimes with that, because my snap reflex is to read you for filth and snatch you ball off the porch.
It depends on how much money you can make off of it too.
And I think they kind of misread me because they affiliate me with Brother Jay. But let's be clear on something. I curse. He doesn't. I curse. So you're not going to get a regular something from me. You'll think that you're in a juke joint in Louisiana if I have to go off on you.
Yeah. Well, but look, everybody's there. And that's another thing with the cursing. Everybody can do what they want. People don't forget. People tend to forget when I first came on with this Maddie and Kaya thing. I was cursing people down. I didn't have a problem with cursing. But my thing is when the monetization kicked in,
the coin, you've been okay. And you know, I don't want to be, you know what? I think people have control of you when you do resort to that. So it's
you giving them power. That's what
so I do have to practice restraining. I mean, I've been cursing since I was 6 years old. So it's kind of hard to not, you know.
Yeah. So King Pan, could you please explain what metrosexual is? Because some people don't know what a metrosexual is. I don't know if you want to take it, but I'm yeah.
Well, metrosexuals are metrosexuals are men that take good care of themselves, in my opinion. So a lot of times they're effeminate and like they take care of themselves really well. Like, they dress nice.
But they're not.
They wash their ass. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they may not sleep with men. So a lot of people will mistake them for sleeping with men, but they don't. They're just men who take good care of themselves, and they don't necessarily sleep with men. So yeah. But the thing with the metrosexual is he is not always saying I ain't gay. He just do what he want to do and just and move on and don't care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And he is not worried about the biggest dick that you have taken in your life.
Did you catch that too?
I got it.
Baby, I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, what? Anyway. Anyhow. Yeah. Anyway, it's just like, why would you?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who made that comment?
And then, one thing I will say too is straight men don't play with their sexuality. Ain't no allegedly. Ain't nothing alleged over here. Okay, we keep this thing on lock. Okay, up here, ain't no straight men playing around like that. Okay, period.
I just think people should do. Just do what you want to do. And another thing as well too, and a lot of people don't understand, and I'm going to say this, you owe no one anything about your personal life. If you want to share it, that's fine. If you don't, not. We were talking about Carlton. Carlton needed to share that with that woman because this was a serious relationship and they might have gotten into something. But if you ain't planning to sleep with somebody or get into a serious relationship with somebody, it's truly no one's business.
And you're right in a way.
I don't really care.
On YouTube, and you get up here and you drag and you roast and you got people and you're responsible for doxing and things of that nature. You open yourself up to a whole can of worms, okay? And anything that you do and has done or ever will do is open for anybody to comment and give their opinion on, okay? You cannot sit up here and talk mess and throw stones and not expect any to come back at you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That is true.
All right, you very passionate about this.
It is what it is. And then, you know what I'm saying? When you are the one talking, people want to know who you are. Like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? What do you stand for? You know what I'm saying? Who is Miss Stormy? What does she stand for?
I'm gonna say that now. I thought do not know. I thought Storm, because first of all, I thought Storm Monroe was a transgender woman. I was like, who is Storm Monroe? Because Storm is like a transgender.
It's somebody with that name.
Yeah, isn't it Storm Monroe already?
Yeah.
It's someone named Storm, but I don't know.
So I thought it was a transgender woman, and then when I found, I'm like, is that your real name? Baby, you sound like a stripper. I'm just saying.
Or an X-Men character.
Yeah, because I'm like Storm. So I was like, okay, this must be. I thought it was a ballroom, person. I'm like, let me check this ballroom person out, and it wasn't a ballroom. Is that his real name, or did he choose that name?
I think that's a maiden name, Jay Storm.
Okay, I'm just wondering because somebody needed to tell him that. I thought it was going to be somebody face beat with a long wig on or something. I'm just saying. Because I mean, seriously, Storm Monroe. That sounds like I'm getting ready to go see the girls up at the drag show. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Miss Continental, Storm Monroe.
Huh?
Miss Continental, Storm at Monroe.
Okay.
You guys are talking about Flame Monroe. That's the transsexual comedian.
It's the Monroe. Yeah. It's the Monroe. That's what got me. But Storm Monroe could be her first cousin or sister. That's all I'm saying.
Lord.
You know that's what they be doing in them houses. They take them last names, they just change the first. It could be a house of Monroes. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know who it was. I thought because I know that a certain content creator was working with that individual. And I'm like, well, what is because I thought it was Flame Monroe. And I'm like, well, Flame was just on T.S. Madison's show. I'm like, what's she doing on this show? But it was him, and I was looking all over for I'm like, well, where's the female impersonator, drag queen, or whatever? Where is she? And it was him. I'm like, oh, why would he choose a name like that? But anyway, it ain't my call. So
yeah, Miss Stormy is trash. I don't know why people in the comments talking mess. She's trash. She don't stand for nothing. We can go through the panel right now, and all of us that are sitting here on this distinguished gentleman panel stand for something. Okay, I stand for all things black. Okay, black positivity. We got the politics man over here. We got Brother Jay.
He froze on me. Why you froze on me?
Okay, and we got okay, and we got Rebel, man. We got all, and he's just, he stands for, you know what I'm saying? Just, he's just a free spirit, man. Okay, on period. So, you know what I'm saying? We all stand for something, but when you think about Miss Stormy, she don't stand for anything. She just get behind that screen with her cosign, and she just drags, and she's not funny.
Well, all I'm saying is she sure did. Now I'm telling you, she did a stunt move with Simply Trey though. Ooh, that Simply Trey move was he lured her into that, and Tasha K ate that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that alone. I saw that. Had that bush stuttering and stuff.
Hey, what's up, QB?
Hey, QB, what's going on? Okay, I'm sorry, King Payne. This your show. Move on.
Okay, period. Moving right along because okay, we not gonna get caught up on no trash for too much longer. You know what I'm saying? We got
you got heated for a second.
Saying some weird stuff in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no hate. It's just all facts. It's all facts. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like people. I just don't like when people are not happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to get over that is to get over yourself. Okay,
get over somebody, get under someone else.
Well, he was. Let me say this though. He was very educated. He knew about how transgender women who have gone through the surgery need daily lubrication. He was very, and T.S. Madison was like, yes, you are right. So he was very educated. He said he took a sexuality class in college. So at least he knew about that, and he knew a lot of things. He knows
everything. If you caught the shade, he knows everything about transitioning and becoming a woman. Okay, he knew everything about it, and he knew everything about her whole life. He knew everything from the porn to everything. So
he said that he took classes in college. And that's how he knows that, because he took a sexuality class in college.
But they didn't have T.S. Madison in that
They
sex
didn't
ed
have
class, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they said
Y'all messy.
Well, I mean, he
Yeah,
might have
man.
done. Well, he might have, as what he does, isn't he like a guest thing with Tasha K? So he might have done the
that's
research,
the whole point. Don't nobody know what he do.
but he might have done the research about T.S. Madison.
Ooh, King Pain. It sounds like you just really don't like him. But anyway, but I did catch that interview. Yes, yeah, okay. Don't. Okay.
We just over here saying facts. You know we saying facts, Brother Jay.
Okay.
These are all facts. He
Let
sat
me-
over there and he
Let me
said,
clean my glasses.
this straight man sat over there and said that he knows everything there is to know about T.S. Madison, her life, relationships that she's had, and everything. He basically was his fans. Like,
Well, maybe he was a reporter. Maybe he did his research.
And he could be a fan of hers. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, because I like T.S. Madison. I'm from Florida. Everybody know, and I like T.S. Now, when stuff is wrong, stuff is wrong. But at the end of the day, I like T.S. Madison. I mean, believe it or not, Tasha K is from Pensacola. I mean, she's from Florida too. I don't agree with everything, and y'all know I hated that what's that lady name? That star whatever lady name that she did when they were doing the Cardi B interview. That kind of turned me off with her. But at the end of the day, she did come up with a good interview concerning Wendy Williams' husband, and I thought that was good. So, you know, it's hit and miss. I like all of these content creators, but I do want to say this. Tasha K, Armand Wiggins, all of these people are big content creators and they fight just like everybody else. So please don't call this segment the Section 8. I'm not Section 8 and y'all fight just like we fight. So stop acting like we doing all this fighting over here because we see you all fighting over there. So it is what it is. Everybody's fighting. So what I'm going to say is no one is immune because when you snap back at somebody, you snap back. Am I right, gentlemen? Now, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm tired of people acting like we always fighting, but yet they have over 30,000 folk or more, and they're fighting. So
Yeah, no.
what I'm trying to say is everybody does it.
No, I agree. I agree.
I called names because they are going at it at this particular point.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't get mad and call us out and say other people don't do this when we see other people do it.
absolutely. The famous thing that they like to say is focus on your content. Focus on your content, girl. Everything is content. When I press the go live button, girl, it's content.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question to this child? Let me say this. My sexuality come on. My sexuality was none of your business because I wasn't sleeping with you. And to let you know, I was on like everybody else. I had many apps. But the apps are deleted now because I have a person. But unless I'm sleeping with you or we're getting engaged, what I do in my house is none of your damn business.
Period.
Period.
Rihanna to the period. At this time, I want to make sure that everybody in the chat, look, there's 188 people here. I want to make sure that everybody goes over and sit that ass right on the like button, okay? Period. Yes, and remember, the best way to support your favorite YouTubers is to first subscribe and then share. Share. Okay, period. Moving right along because we still have half a show to get through, okay? Period.
Half a show. I thought we were like 85% there.
Okay, we're close to that, man. Okay, so it's spreading and it's spreading, okay? Summer Walker, okay? She's being called a racist following a post depicting Chinese people spreading and contributing to the spread of the virus, okay? Allegedly, okay? This is alleged. Chinese people have been coughing and spitting in elevators and other public spaces trying to affect others, okay? And basically picture to her wall, posted a little video clip, kind of like depicting an Asian like coughing and like wiping it on the elevator and the buttons to try to like get other people sick. Okay, so a lot of people are calling her racist because it's not a good representation of what's actually going on. What do you guys feel?
I mean, I feel it's problematic. One, because it starts to set a stereotype in a situation in which people will start to get attacked. Do I think it's racist? A bit. But we still, you do have to be vigilant and all that, and it's really nothing to play with. So it's a little bit of.
Well, can you help me because I'm lost? Like, because I don't see how it's racist. I don't see how it's targeting. Yes, the Chinese, but it's not like the American Chinese. And yeah, it's happening in China. I think what I got from it, I feel like if this is going on, she's raising awareness. Like, be careful, love yourself, wear your mask,
right? But
wear protective gear.
It would make some people think that all Chinese people are doing this. So it is a bit on the scale of race being
like
racist.
9/11.
Targeting, right. It's like targeting Muslims for 9/11.
It gave me the exact opposite feeling. I didn't think at all, not for 1 second, did I think that she was talking about all Chinese people or that all Chinese people were doing it. I felt like when I seen the video clip that there's some people infected with the disease that are upset that this is the way that they're going out. And they feel like if I'm going to go out like this, I'm going to take as many people out with me. No, everybody don't feel like that. And some people are focused on getting better, but there's some people.
But then you could say the same thing for some people
They probably don't feel like there's nothing left. So they're probably like,
So this is my question. Was she in China? Who sent her the videotape? When was this taken? What is the context that this was given? I mean, was this in the country? It may not have been in Wuhan. It could have been in Shanghai or Beijing. So we don't know where it is. So you got to be very careful before you start putting this stuff out. Now, I will say, and I had to check myself. Because I was in a Walmart not too far from the University of San Antonio, Texas. And it was a lot of Chinese people in that Walmart. And I felt something. I felt my bang. I felt some kind of way. Okay. And I was real slow walking by them. And I took my buggy on the other side. Now, I had to check myself because I didn't know the Chinese people, but then I didn't know if they traveled. And it was not because they were Chinese, but that's where the coronavirus started in Wuhan, China. So I had to check myself, but I can't say that they spreading it. I just really can't. But then we got to check ourselves too. Are we doing that with Italian people? Because Italy is having a big problem with coronavirus. Are we doing that with Iranian people? Hell, their health minister got the coronavirus. So my thing is, the bottom line is, it doesn't matter who now. Are we going to start not wanting to hang around old people? Because old people died up in that nursing home in Washington. And that's the person who was at that same nursing home is the one spreading it in North Carolina.
It's very xenophobic. Definitely.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that, because now are we going to isolate ourselves from old people?
Right.
Well, they're quarantining people, you know what I'm saying? And I sent you guys a clip from this lady who was quarantined from the airport. They're checking you at the airport. If you got a temperature, you go into quarantine.
Yeah.
But look,
testing and you being secluded. Mm-hmm.
But look, check this out. You talking about that. They're doing it to selected people because they had those students who were leaving Italy. And a lot of those students had a layover in Amsterdam, and not one person checked their temperature. The only question they asked them, did you come from Iran or did you come from China? Nobody asked them did they come from Italy, knowing that Italy had a big coronavirus situation. And that woman was able to get on the plane without being checked at all. So that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. So they're not checking all people. Right in San Antonio, they let that woman walk the mall for 2 hours, checked in the Holiday Inn, and guess what? People are suffering. They had to close the mall for 3 daggone days. So them people ain't getting paid. So I just think that with this, we just got to be careful. Could it be that case? Yes. But I am skeptical unless you had a time stamp, a time date, and unless there are some people to corroborate that story, I would be very careful with that because it can come off as racist.
Yeah, personally, I think it's a little dangerous. It can come off as racist, and it could start people, like I said, attacking groups because of the stigma that they could be carrying the virus or, whatever.
Right. It does promote xenophobia because it's like you're seeing Asian people that may have been here for many generations, but you're just looking at them saying you're carriers. I mean, we have to, it's a fine line. We have to be very careful of not promoting that.
Yeah. And can I say something? That N95 mask only works for a couple of hours and then you have to replace it. So that's it. What they are saying though is if you're sick, you should wear the mask so those droplets won't spread everywhere. So that's what they're saying to people. If you're sick, you should wear the mask. If you have a cold or flu and you got to go out, you should be wearing that mask.
And you asked me about some masks, Brother Jay.
I sure did.
We don't have those particular masks.
Don't just send the mask, period, because I'm going on a trip and I just need it and everything. So just send me the mask.
Send you any mask.
Send me a mask. I'll put that industrial mask on top of the mask that you said. I'll be suffocating all up in there. But send me a mask, but that one too.
Wait, this is the mask that I have.
That look good. That look real good. It give me a lot for my nose and stuff. Yeah, that look real good. Appreciate you. And let me say this: watch these airports. I don't want nobody in Atlanta to be scared. But when you are the world's busiest airport, you better believe somebody is sick, and y'all really need to be on point and on guard when y'all going into these airports. New York City, Chicago, especially where there's a heavy Asian population. No slight, but a lot of people are coming in from China. So Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington,
Maryland just got their first confirmed.
Who? Maryland?
Maryland. They just got their first confirmed today. So
yeah, absolutely. So like Jay Wilson said, you got wearing it for a couple of hours, and after a couple of hours, you got to change it. Some other ways to help protect you from this coronavirus: wash your hands. You got to be washing your hands, constantly wash your hands. Avoid contact with the face. Okay, stay away from people that are coughing and sneezing, and carry around some hand sanitizer.
And the symptoms are dizziness, fever, coughing, blurry vision,
respiratory tightness when you can't breathe. Yeah, and they say they gouging hand sanitizer. So I ain't trying to tell nobody to steal from the office, but I'm just saying I ain't telling nobody to steal. I ain't telling nobody to steal. But make sure that hand sanitizer is over 60% alcohol, 60 to 95% alcohol, because anything under that may not work. Right. 8-ounce hand sanitizer going for $30.
Okay. Period. Did y'all see this comment? I thought this was about to go to PF Change. I called my lawyer. He trying to kill me. That is too funny, man. So
funny.
Did you
already said they done stole theirs at work. Okay, nobody ain't playing. Y'all know what them storage units are at work. Y'all know they stay up there. I can tell people.
Okay.
I can see the memo going out. Please do not steal sanitizer.
Yeah, they say get this. Definitely. And yeah, in public places, you want to be careful. Disinfect that, especially if you have to stay disinfect everything. You know, you just want to be extra cautious right now. Allegedly, you know, I don't know. They're saying that, you know, we should be able to, you know, our immune system should be built up enough to like get through the virus or whatever, but I don't know. So yeah,
this is something also good to put on your furniture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a good for fabric or anything. When you have guests over and you don't know where they've had their snooch sitting on and you want to leave it fresh and it doesn't have a smell of,
Let it sit for a couple of seconds to let it kill off the germs.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to spray that. Because some people, their snooches, they're not fresh at all.
Okay.
The case said, I work in an aerosol plant and our production went up over 80% since last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so they just been having outbreaks everywhere, and we just gotta take precaution. You know what I'm saying? Take extra precaution because you don't want it. You don't want it to be you, and you don't want to unnecessarily.
King Pain. Look, y'all are really trying to make something out of San Antonio. San Antonio was last year, and I don't know what y'all talking about, and that's why I'm gonna leave it. If it happened, I don't know nothing about it. Let's move on. I don't know what y'all talking about. Rebel, do you know what people talking about? Because you were there in San Antonio, weren't you, Rebel?
Yeah.
I don't know what people talking about because at the end of the day, I don't know who was hunching or not. That ain't my business.
They want some type of salacious, juicy gossip. It wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I came dry and left dry.
Well, so nobody was humping and bumping
and I
at the
didn't
party?
came.
If they were, I don't know nothing about it. And so if somebody knows something, then they need to go on ahead and spill it because I don't know nothing. Do you understand me? And I was with my dude at that time, so I don't know nothing.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
You wasn't looking for it.
I sure was because I already got what I need.
Okay.
Hello.
Unless they was busting it wide open in the middle of the living room or something. Ain't nobody seen that.
In the backseat of a car somewhere on side of your house, Jay.
Something out of nothing. Labor Day is gone. DC is gone. I could care less what people did and who they did it with now. Okay, that's gone. It's gone.
What happened, okay? It's over.
It's over. And if it happened, I ain't know nothing about it.
Period. Period to the period. But moving right along, okay? Moving right along. Let's get into some things, okay? Y'all ready to play a game, man? Let's play a game before we get up out of here, man. Okay. Here we go over here. I decided instead of picking one, because you know, would you rather? Okay, I'm here because we had a lot of fun last time we played Would You Rather. So let me pull up some questions. Okay, on period. Are y'all ready for Would You Rather? Here, let me play some music, man. Let's get it popping, man. Shoot, okay.
While you doing that, what I'm saying is I don't know nothing. What I'm saying is I don't know nothing. So ask the person who's saying it, and if they know it, then there. If I tell you I don't know nothing, then I don't know nothing. Ask the person who's saying what they say, because I don't know nothing. Period. All right.
Okay, Brother Jay. Since you turned to us, I'm gonna ask you the first question. Okay. So, would you rather? Okay. Would you rather cut off one of your fingers or pay $5,000 of your own money for the person you hate most to go on a spa vacation?
Okay. Say that again. Would I rather get a finger cut off?
Yes, or pay $5,000 for the spa vacation.
You know what? I would do the $5,000 in spa vacation because I love me and I'm not going to mutilate me. So I'll go ahead because let me tell you something. That's only going to be temporary. Okay, but a missing finger is gone forever.
Period. Periana to the period. I know that's right. While we practicing self-love, okay? Love thyself. Okay, period. So, captivating. You next, okay? Would you rather have horrible acne that is only on areas that are covered with clothing, or moderate acne that's only on your face?
Moderate acne.
Okay, so you rather have acne in your face than all over your body.
Because baby, they see all them other bumps, they can be like, oh, you got herpes?
Well, the difference is you can have the acne that's on your body is covered by your clothes. The acne is on your face is not covered by anything.
Well, maybe I don't like clothes. Or maybe I just want the acne on my stuff. Thanks. And then people start wondering if you got stuff going on.
Because moderate acne may be just like 2 bumps or something. Or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
chin.
A couple bumps right here. I'm good with that. I don't need no. People start thinking you got other stuff.
If it's covered by clothes, it's gonna be all on your piece and everything. Your piece look like a toad. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Rebel, would you ever want it, but you die in 1 year, okay, or live your life as it is now?
Live my life as it is now.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay, love yourself, yeah. Okay, Brother Jay. Okay, would you rather be an ugly genius or a hot moron?
Ooh, that's hard. Ooh, that is hard. Would I rather be a what genius?
An ugly genius or a hot moron?
Ooh, that's hard. Neither, but I'm going to choose ugly genius because an ugly genius is a smart person. An ugly genius will have usually a great job, even though morons do get jobs, but they're the ones who cut because they got it because of their looks, and they always have to pay it. And looks fade. Looks fade. So I'm going to go with ugly genius.
Okay, on period.
I don't know what
the mind, you know what I'm saying? The mind is power, you know what I'm saying? That don't go nowhere, okay? Knowledge is power, period. So, captivating, okay?
Yes, sir.
Would you rather, okay? Would you rather?
What always freezes when you
rather, but it's actually also think your life is shitty, but it's actually good.
Whoa, repeat that one more time.
Would you rather everyone thinks that your life sucks, but it's actually awesome? Or would you rather have people think that your life is shitty, but it's actually good?
The first one. I'd rather them think it sucks and it'd be awesome because I don't like everybody in my business anyway. So,
period. Period. You don't care what people. I'm having the time of my life. Okay. Period. So, Rebel, this is a good one for Rebel, okay? This is a good one for Rebel, okay? Rebel, would you rather have an animal best friend that could be any animal you choose and it would be intelligent and speak to you, and you could ride it around town if it was large like a bear, or be married to someone with a hot body?
Wait, what could the animal do? Because the animal can make me money if it's doing stuff.
Right, exactly. Make good toys. What you worried about?
The animal is your best friend, can speak, change into any animal you want.
Okay, the animal.
Okay, oh, period. I guess that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, Brother Jay, okay. Would you rather have a time machine that only goes back in time or a time machine that only goes forward in time?
I want to go forward. I don't want to go back. As a black man, I don't want to go back.
Go back but have weapons to change the course of history.
I mean, the thing is, I would rather see what's ahead of me than what's behind me. I know what's behind me, and I would rather have a time machine to see forward, because there have already been writers and things that I can do to see and to piece together the history. So I would rather have a time machine going forward, because we don't know what's going to go on in the future.
That's a good answer. You always
Let me
give me
be
the
in
best
America
answer.
when the state first brought with a whole arsenal of guns.
I don't want to go back because I might be upset and grieved by what I'm seeing. So I've read the history, and then it's a time machine. So I would rather say, y'all, this is what we got to do to stop global warming, or this is what we got to do X, Y, Z, because Florida might not be there in the future. So I might know a way of how it's going to look and how it can be prevented, or preventing diseases and so on and so forth. I mean, there's some things you can learn from the past, but if I could look into the future and change the present, that would be awesome. That's my thought.
Period. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Captivating, okay? Would you rather have uncontrollable gas at work for the rest of your life, or uncontrollable gas on every first date for the rest of your life?
What?
Oh, man.
I probably go with uncontrollable gas on the first date, because after the first date, then it's over, and I don't have to have gas anymore. And I look,
You know,
at,
that first impression, though.
But you can always use spray.
but I'm also very secure in my dating ability and what I bring. And after a while, you won't even notice that I'm blowing up the whole room. Because yeah.
By the way, I got gas.
Right.
What happened the first date, but
That'll come out first. Like, by the way, I got gas. After this date, though, we'd be good to go.
And you can use some Beano.
You
can use Beano and stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Or just always excuse myself from the table. Like, one moment, I gotta answer this. Act like it's a phone call or something.
Be doing this. Well, I should know about gas.
Okay. This is a good one right here.
Yes, you should, since you.
Would you rather be filthy rich? Okay, Rebel, would you rather be filthy rich, okay, but have to be Trump's assistant, okay, or would you rather be dirt poor and you could be anybody's assistant?
How long would I have to be Trump's assistant is the question.
Forever.
He'd fire me. Yeah, he would fire me because the other one you'd be dealt. But why would I be an assistant and I'm gonna be poor? I'd rather have money and because poor and I'm serving you. I mean, I'm not getting anything out of it. So it's like, at least if I'm not getting anything out of it, I can have money.
What about you, Captivating? Because politics is your thing.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather be assistant and be poor. I can't not work for that man. I can't do it. I am sorry.
You gonna pass up the money?
I will pass.
I would be an assistant, but I would be the leaker. I would be the one leaking the information.
Because my mouth was too smart. He wouldn't. If he couldn't fire me, I'm gonna say anything I want to say. He didn't have to fire
that President Trump.
He can't fire you. He can't fire you.
He's almost dead, so take it right, okay? He's not immortal, so he's not gonna live forever.
Yeah, but if he get his way, he might be president forever. That means that
Lord, don't even talk like that. Oh Jesus.
That's
what
he
even talk like that.
That's what he'd be talking about if he wins. God forbid.
I said, filthy rich Trump. When do I start?
He ain't
So do you think Elizabeth Warren is going to support Bernie Sanders, or do you think she's going to throw her support to Biden, or she's not going to say anything at all?
She's not going to say anything at all until she's probably not going to say anything at all, either until one of them offer her a sweet deal, or it comes down to the wire at the convention. I think she's going to hold back because people are going to be wanting to know who she's going to support to throw their support behind. So she's going to wait. I believe she's going to wait.
So do you all see the power of the black vote? I don't know about you all. I saw the power of the black vote Tuesday.
He knew it. That's why he left New Hampshire so quick.
Yeah, because Texas came out strong. You know, it was a tight race, but Texas came out strong. And when he beat Elizabeth Warren and Bernie in Massachusetts, I mean, come on, that's their backyard, and he won that.
That is true.
California, I don't know what they're doing in California, but that's okay.
But you do have to know that Trump was telling his people to go out and vote for
Bernie
and stuff. So a lot of them voted for Joe Biden. So we don't know what's behind that either. But I mean, it's good because this was his curtain call. So he definitely got a good old resurrection in his campaign, because Biden was.
Tanari, you gonna send us some Tanari said, I'll send all the gentleman panels hand sanitizer. It's 90% proof. Boo, I will definitely email me, girl.
Okay, email me tomorrow.
Right now. So email me and we'll talk and we'll get that hand sanitizer. Yes. I have some here, but it ain't there. Look, it's always good to have some hand sanitizer.
It is.
Somebody said Wild Eye is going off.
Why is it off on what?
Okay. Well, look, I ain't worried about it. King Payne, that's your best friend. Your best friend.
What are you going off about?
I'd rather be driving.
Girl, ain't nobody got time, girl. I don't even don't see me either, bro. Be like, bro. Anyways. Girl, that girl do not see me, girl. I'd be sitting right for her ass, girl. Okay, on period. Well, this has been an amazing gentleman's panel. Okay, we've been live for about an hour and 40 minutes now. Okay, and it has been lit. Okay,
Definitely so.
It's definitely you guys thoroughly. Okay, so just going around really quickly, starting from the top, captivating. Tell everybody.
Yes.
A little bit about yourself. Tell us what you stand for and how we can find you.
Well, my name is Captivating Christian. I am the host of CCN Network TV, where we discuss pretty much everything, mainly focusing on politics and world issues that's going on today, right now, current events. Not too much of the YouTube drama, so if that's your thing, I'm not for you. But if you want to know about what's going on in the world of politics or anything of that nature, I am here. Also, I do a political health and wellness show with my friend Mr. Credential on Tuesdays. You can tune into that. And on the weekends is the recap, which I talk about everything that's happened this week. And it's usually like open chat or whatever. So that is what I do.
Okay. I'm gonna say this because I'm getting ready to go somewhere to let somebody have it in a few minutes. So I'm gonna be in another channel in a few minutes. So I am about education, public health, religion, and Black issues. And you can find me Jay Wilson. So thank you all. And King Payne, I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do, because as soon as we go off, I gotta go somewhere.
Okay, absolutely. So that was Brother Jay and Cap. I already said my spiel, but go ahead and tell them in your own words what you stand for, okay, and where they can find you at.
I am Rebel Son. I am Chief of the Sun Tribe. You can find me on my reservation. I do carpool conversations, and I talk about basic life experiences. I do story times. And, I said it before. I want to start doing some interviews. I think I want to be able to give something to people that they could, walk away feeling that they've learned something new about me or something that could help them out in their day-to-day grind.
That's what's up.
Puriana to the Purier. And you guys already know me. I'm the official Kingpin. And like I said earlier, I stand for all things Black. Okay. I'm an advocate for the gay youth. I'm a musician. And you know what I'm saying? I'm lit, period. So this has been another amazing panel. Okay. We definitely kept it lit tonight. And if nobody else has anything to say, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Okay, on period.
Let the music play. Let's go out at your beat.
Oh yes, we definitely going out to the music. Okay, on period.
Come on.
Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button.
Hit it.
Shout out to everybody sharing the content. Shout out to everybody subscribing. This is the Gentleman's Panel. Okay, on period. And we keep it lit.
They mad, child. They mad.
Hey, come on.
They mad.
Hey. Somebody need to say
You said
I can't.
Period. Until next time, everybody. See y'all soon. This is the Gentleman's Panel.
Peace.